This is North Texas Weather Center with your latest 4-minute forecast, as we have a lot to get to in this forecast, including the temperatures out there this morning, which are surprisingly basically the same as yesterday. A lot of us are right now in the mid to upper 20s, some low to mid 30s here in the Metroplex, but today will be a much warmer day than what we saw yesterday. You can see temperatures by lunchtime well into the 50s, maybe even some low 60s. Eventually by this afternoon, all of us will warm up nicely into the mid to upper 60s, maybe even closer to 70 at a few isolated locations, but the wind chills are basically very similar to yesterday as well. Some teens back off to the northwest, low to mid 20s here in the Metroplex. So again, it's going to feel a little bit chilly this morning, so you will need a jacket, but other than that, we will warm up this afternoon. All right, let's take a look at the future radar. Now, there are some big events that are coming up next week, including a big cool down and the potential for some wintry precipitation. And I'm going to be honest with you, it seems like this winter precipitation thing could actually very well happen. So we'll be watching it very closely. But you can see going to Monday, we might have some showers and some storms, primarily south of I-20. Most of this probably won't even get to DFW, but if it does, don't be shocked if you see a shower or maybe a thunderstorm. Going to Tuesday, we should be fairly dry out there. I don't expect any sort of precipitation Tuesday, maybe off closer to eastern Texas. Eventually into Wednesday, this is when a low pressure system will set up somewhere far down to the southwest, and you can see that this winter precipitation area will eventually reach North Texas, and the GFS model has really become more prominent with this over the last 24 hours. You can see this is very well defined in terms of what we could see in terms of precipitation. So you can see there's clearly freezing rain, which could accumulate ice. There could be some rain and snow, and also potential for some heavier snow well back off to the northwest. However, there is still some uncertainty of where this will position itself, and what impacts it will make to North Texas. There's just a lot of unanswered questions still that we just can't pinpoint yet. So there are a lot of things that can change. You just stay updated with North Texas Weather Center. We'll keep you updated ahead of the storm if it does end up happening. But you can see eventually by Thursday, this does move out to the east. Taking a look at overall chances of snow accumulation, according to the GFS model, you can see there could be some snow accumulation. Still way too early to tell, but this is just a general look of if this does happen, we could see this amount of snow. But again, it's too early. I'm not going to get into specifics in terms of who will see how much snow, because it's way too early to say that. But you can see another general picture of what we could see in terms of ice. And this is obviously a little bit pixelated, so some of these areas aren't included, but you can kind of get the general idea. If there's some sort of storm that is showing like this right now, we could very well see maybe some ice out of it as well. But what's for certain is going to be very chilly temperatures next week. This is just a projection going into Friday morning. We could very well see temperatures across the area in the single digits. Luckily, we will likely not see any freezing pipes. This is only expected to last a couple of days. It's not going to last a week like what we saw last year in February, but you can see wind chills could very well be below zero going into Friday morning. So just keep that in mind. Things are going to change, though, over the next several days. How much they'll change and to what degree will they change, it's very well unknown. So we'll keep you updated with North Texas Weather Center for the latest. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and YouTube. But here's your latest 7-day forecast. You can see 60s across the board for the next few days. Don't be worried about that, because it's going to be feeling very nice out there. Get outdoors. Tuesday will be still fairly warm. Wednesday will start to drop as a cold front does come through sometime around noon, it looks like. And then the temperatures overnight will drop into the teens, it looks like. Thursday, temperatures in about the mid to upper 30s. I think that will be fairly chilly then. That'll be our coldest day of the week. Lows could drop into the single digits, but it's a little bit too early to tell on that. And then next Friday, we'll be looking at temperatures into the 30s as well, with lows in the 20s and teens. This forecast is brought to you by All Dents Repair, Platinum Contracting, and THD Vehicle Doorstep. I want it in the description below.